Hi everyone, this is Tina with SI2. Welcome to April and the preparations update. Since you're watching this, more than likely all of your interventions now have met criteria. And so as you well know, the last step is to develop excellent, good, solid preparations. After you watch this steering team video, you're going to first look at step 2 and you're going to read through that professional development planning guide to get all of your ducks in a row on this one. In step 3, you'll print out your preparation details. And you'll recall that this is your evaluation of the effectiveness of the intervention, which is an incredibly important step, especially for this next year, because you're going to be doing a lot of evaluating of what you've chosen to do with the students after there's been so much time out of the classroom and on hybrid schedules. You're going to be looking and putting out your elements of professional development. And there again, do your research, because I know there's some good research out there on professional development for the particular issues that you're facing. And so, that helps there. And so make use of it. And then any resources that you're going to be needing. And of course, you will need, you may need funding, you may need room space, you may need someone to be calling for invitations to places. Just whatever it is that you need, make sure that your securements for your resources are there. And one note, you will more than likely see the current plans information on your resources. So don't just think that that's done. Don't rubber stamp it and send it in. Take a good look at it and then make sure it's updated and then send it in. In step 4 then, you'll be updating all the preparations to reflect the 2021-22 school year. And then finally, in step 5, you're going to be confirming that all those preparation details have been entered. Go over them with a fine-tooth comb. Make sure everything's in place, that you're happy with it, and that you see that it's working with your school calendars and everything else, because it's going to be vitally important that all of these things are in place and ready to go. After you have all of those steps in place, then you will submit your professional development summary. After that, you will print out the summary and you will seek your local teacher association approval for the professional development summary. Every district does this differently. We have no pat rule on this. So that's a local decision. It's whatever you do as your past practice. So just follow through on that accordingly. And then in step 8, be sure and distribute your professional development calendar to all involved personnel. Do that as soon as you can. Make sure everybody gets a copy if they're going to be involved in any of this process. That way they can go ahead and mark their calendars and everybody will be on the same page. So important, because this is going to be the busy summer to get lots of preparation done for a good solid school year this next year. And then finally, that wonderful step where you confirm your SIP completion. I would suggest that you go back through all of the March activities and then just work your way back. Make sure that nothing has been left out. I don't think there's anything that could be that would prevent this from happening, but sometimes it will say that something's not done. So don't panic. Just go back and look. And then otherwise, it will send it right to me. And if it's done, it's done. So that's great. And then, of course, we all know you refresh that screen and you look for those glorious balloons, which is the best finish line there is around here. In the last steps, you remember that the date for you to send in the plan is ultimately determined by the IDOE. And we don't know when that is yet. So that is a to be determined date. But when it is time for you to do this, you will download the SIP, then you will upload the SIP to the DOE. And remember, it's just a matter of just a little check mark on the DOE page. It is incredibly easy to do, but if you have any questions, feel free to contact me about that next fall. And any of you who are using a PGP log, you can go ahead and download that in accordance with the directions that you're given of whom to send that to as well. This plan that you are putting together for the 21-22 school year is going to be monumental. And it's going to be that important because it's a plan that you've never created before. We've never had a situation like this before in 100 years. And so you really need to take a good hard look at it. And before you just get it completed and get it over with, before you hit that SIP's completion button, go back and look at those root causes and make sure that they are absolutely specific enough to address the needs of students, because we all know that all students have suffered through this. Teachers have done everything in their power, as have administrators. But if they can't be in the classroom, they can't be in the classroom, and they do lose valuable time. So go back, make sure that the kids who are in those subgroups in your on your SMART goals, make sure that those root causes that you have selected will definitely touch that data, and those interventions, make sure that they will eradicate those root causes. It is just so important. And always look to those student body discussion minutes, because as I have said, like a broken record, it's out of the mouth of babes. And they are talking, and they are telling you what they need and what they've missed. And mostly they've missed you in that class time. Make absolutely sure that when you take that last look at your interventions, that you have truly pinpointed all the issues that are brought forward from the root causes and from all of the meeting minutes that have arisen during this past school year. And there's going to be always the academic issues, and you pretty well know what those are. But look closely for those social, emotional issues as well, because those will need to be attended to with the same ferocity that the academic ones will, or we just won't see that data move. So a magnifying glass on this one. And as always, if you need any assistance at all, give me a call at 317-207-0246 or drop me an email. Any question at all, please just get in touch and we'll get it worked out. And don't forget, we have Zoom calls on Wednesday nights on the 2nd and 4th Wednesdays from 4 until 5. It's a Zoom room. It's open. If you have any questions, just drop in and we'll happily discuss things. So do take care. You're on the home stretch. Don't rush it. If you run a little behind this year, it's fine. We want good quality for you. We want good quality for the kids. Don't feel like we're going to be knocking down your door if you're missing some deadlines. Just take your time and get it done exactly the way that it pleases you, and that you know that you're going to be helping those kids. Take care.